What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor. We want to do a little quick housekeeping. A lot of people are saying that the link is not working. When they click on it, they're getting a white screen. So what you need to do, if you're log into your Thinkorswim account, you hit the setup here on the top, you're going to, you're going to open a shared item. So that is the link, and then if you pop that in there and you hit preview, that loads the grid, and then bada bing, it's going to open up the chart that I shared. So if you have any questions further thing about that, go ahead and put it in the comments. If not, we're going to go ahead and cut into today's content and bit. All right, guys, later. All right, so for today's content, we're going to be looking at the fitness centers, the gyms, the 24-hour fitness centers, in particular 24-hour fitness. And there's rumors, and there is people familiar with the matter saying that they are looking at some potential options. Some of the options are looking at bankruptcy due to the fact of everyone's canceling their membership. They have a huge heavy debt load, and describing the overall performance of the COVID-19 is really hurting them and may force them to shut down 448 different clubs throughout the nation. This is it's very confidential, and they say, in the overall understanding of this, because again, this is a very sensitive matter. Again, this company is not publicly traded, so there's not much knowledge or some kind of, you can short it behind this, but this could be some insight on some other businesses that are doing okay. On the flip side, the overall understanding between the flip side of we're looking at Peloton, being able to do the workout and stuff at home, and then looking at Planet Fitness, looking at on how their chart and how their system is built up, more or less on the technical side, looking for a potential long or short on all those stocks that we mentioned. Again, I'll link this in the description below so we can take a looky-loo at it later. All right, so first we're going to look at is Planet Fitness. So Planet Fitness is basically the same thing as 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, these different huge warehouse clubs that you see throughout your cities. I think Planet Fitness and 24-hour fitness is more franchise based, and LA Fitness is these huge hubs. They're both, depending on the size, there's a huge Planet Fitness here in Virginia where I live. But again, it's completely closed, due to you can't have a large community gathering because of the COVID-19. So looking at Planet Fitness at its chart, so again, we had a huge high here basically on the 19th of February, and then we went all the way down to $23.77. So we're going to go ahead and do this is ripe for some Fibonacci retracements. We are above the 50% retracement from, I lied again. Look at this son of a gun. Always not, okay, it didn't link. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that hit the top to the bottom. Okay, so we did close above the 50% retracement, which is good. The moving averages are starting to come off here, crossing into the 21 exponential moving average. So the white is the 5, the purple is the 8. So this is all good signs. In the sense of what we discussed, the trading strategy that I follow within my live stream that I did yesterday evening. And I want to thank everyone to the bottom of my heart who showed up and had some really great questions. I think we went on for about 90 minutes, a lot of great questions coming in. We looked at a lot of charts, a lot of Netflix, a lot of Microsoft, a lot of Amazon, and looked at some earning potentials next week. So looking back at what I talking about, the strategy is the 5, the 8, and the 21 are nicely stacked. Yes, it's still below the 200 on the daily chart, but we're still in a trying to recover territory. This is not a full swing upward bullish trend. It is a trend per se. So once we flip over to this chart here, we can tell you what's going on here. We are slowly coming off. This could look more like maybe a U-shaped bottom, not like a V-shaped bottom. I'll show you a complete V-shaped bottom here in Microsoft. That's a V-shaped bottom. That is a strictly down and then up, both at 45-degree angles. Planet Fitness is not really like that. Again, they're going to be struggling slightly to the fact of they're not going to have much revenue coming in due to many states being very strict on the stay-at-home, closing anything down that has a large gathering. And again, Planet Fitness will fall into that zone of large gatherings. So again, it's above the 50% retracement. We like the trend higher. Again, we saw the 8 and then the 5 already above the 21. That is great signs. Volume needs to kind of pick up for us to continue seeing it, the trend hold. I do like it continually staying above the 50% retracement. And again, the overhead resistance, we're looking at $63.89. So we're actually going to put a alert here real fast. And then that, and I don't want it to go below here. I want to go just a tad lower because I don't want it to get mistaken there. So we'll get that out of there. So that being said, we're looking at the standard deviations now. Again, the yellow crossed above the white is just great. Again, kind of cementing like, hey, we're here to stay. What you got? Again, with 24-hour fitness, with Planet Fitness, I think there's going to be some kind of negotiation with the government or some kind of agencies to be forgiven on their rent loans. I'm sure that's a huge burden for a lot of these businesses, is the space they actually have leased out from the landlords, because they were talking like these are huge warehouses, huge buildings, and be able to kind of cut into that of just maybe like kicking off maybe 2 or 3 months, so hopefully they get their business back up and going. Because again, after this all fun stuff leaves, are we gonna be not going to gyms? I don't see that happening. I could see some people maybe hey, I kind of like working at home, working out at home. I got a Peloton bike, so that basically jumps into the next stock that we want to look at is Peloton. So that is P-T-O-N, and that is the Peloton, the interactive bike that you see on all those commercials. So super fit guys and girls riding those bikes, burning them calories with a huge display in the front of it. So basically it's a $2,500 bike with an iPad on it. And they have live classes. Actually, I think I just read that they removed the live classes due to a couple of the instructors coming down with COVID-19. And again, a lot of those live classes are filmed inside of another class. So there's 30 other people within that class. So they shut that down. So I think they have plenty of backlog previously recorded ones that they can do. So there's not going to be the live interactive stuff, but it's going to be still, you still be able to get your workout in. And I see that they have earnings coming up, looks like the first week of May, so about 2 or 3 weeks out here. Could potentially like to see what happens with these guys. Again, I'm trading with the strategy. They're way above their 5 and 8 exponential moving averaging, meaning that they have a lot of potential to continue moving higher. They have a lot of steam left in the tank. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to reach the $38 level. I could see that probably happening because it looks like they had a little bit of resistance up here trying to close above the previous high. I'd like to see that a little bit higher than this one previously. Again, with earnings coming up, this could move higher potentially. But keeping it on a very tight leash, because again, once it starts breaking the 5 and then breaking the 8, this thing could just fall up to pieces. Again, this is momentum trading is very difficult because once you get that first shot across the bow, you got to get out. Normally not my favorite trading strategy. I don't think I'm going to be trading any of these stocks that I mentioned here, just to be full disclosed here. I wanted to know what you guys are trading. Are you guys looking at this? Are you going to probably go short Planet Fitness on any kind of rally up? So again, that Planet Fitness was PLNT. So if I had to go short this guy, I would probably start looking at potentially maybe at the 200 level, maybe at the $64 level if there isn't any great news. Looking here on a weekly chart, it's still kind of It never went too crazy on the RSI. It's building some strength back, but that hasn't had the amount of oomph that we want to see, because it's basically trading back up to where it was on the low of last September, and it kind of rallied back from there. So this could be just some people kind of getting out. So we'll just kind of have to keep very close eye on this, because again, this limit up here at $64, that's a pretty key level of head, a lot of resistance overhead. So being very careful on that, being mindful of that. For a lot of shorts, maybe we'll start jumping in at that point. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please put in the description below. And I hope you saw the beginning concerns. Please put in the description below. And I hope you saw the beginning of the video on how to upload the chart that I shared via Thinkorswim. Again, guys, gals, take it easy. Peace.